Thank you, Madam Mayor. What's the best way to end the use of HMOs? Social housing. Affordable housing that residents can actually cover using the local housing allowance, using their benefits, that's heavily regulated, and that we as a council can provide and secure an income from. Havering Council spends millions of pounds every year placing our tenants into private landlord accommodation, millions of pounds. And the latest figure I saw, and feel free to correct me, I think it was about 6 million a year that we send to private landlords. Private landlords have their place. I'm a free market conservative. That's good. Imagine if that income came back to Havering. Imagine we could knock 6 million a year off of our deficit. Well, that's quite an exciting proposition. And imagine as well that when we built these homes, we could knock the cost off dramatically. I did a calculation. If you take Mercury Land Holdings proposals for Angel Way and Como Street, we're aware that Mercury Land Holdings borrows money from us, and then it gives that money back to us to buy the land. If we cut out that process, now the motion tonight isn't bring MLH in-house, but just consider this for a moment. If you cut out that process where MLH didn't have to give us money for the land because we just built the social housing ourselves, on those two developments of Como Street and Angel Way, you will reduce the cost of that construction by at least £8 million, because that's what MLH is giving us to buy our land. That's £30,000 a home reduction in construction costs. That's probably worth us taking a look at some point as to why we lend money to somebody that then pays it back to us to buy land from ourselves that increases the value of those properties so much that, according to MLH's application for Como Street, means that social housing isn't viable for them. We've priced ourselves out of building social house. It's madness, Madam Mayor. There was a time and a place for this. There was a time and a place when Havering was funded properly by central government until members of Parliament voted to keep chipping away at it and bankrupt the borough. And at that time, it was probably sensible to have this arm's length developer. But right now, hundreds of Havering families are unable to afford even social housing through their housing allowance. Mercury Land Holdings is not set up for social housing. It's set up for affordable housing. Now, it's a school day every day. So I'm going to take the opportunity to be a teacher for a little bit and just explain some of the government guidance as to what is affordable housing, because I think from some earlier answers, there might be a bit of confusion. So this is from the government website. What is affordable housing? Well, it includes social rent. Good, tick. It includes homes committed by developers to be sold at a discount. That's not social housing. According to the government, affordable housing can also include shared ownership. Well, that requires a big deposit. So when Mercury Land Holdings tells us we will deliver 35% affordable homes, and that's better than any other developer, and we pat ourselves on the back for that, and we cheer and we say, great, affordable housing, that is not social housing. That's discount market housing. It's shared ownership housing. It's not guaranteed to be social. And I think that's a really important fact for us to remember here. We have total control of a property developer, total control, 100% ownership of that developer. And they come to us every year and they ask us, they ask the taxpayer to lend them money to build housing. The amendment by the HRA calls for people to recognise that Mercury Land Holdings meets the housing need of the borough. It does not. The housing need of the borough is for low-cost social homes that can be covered by your local housing allowance and your housing benefits. The need of the borough is not more private sale homes and shared ownership products. So having just debated the ending or the clamp down or the toughening of HMOs, let's take the next logical step and say that we will use the control we have over our developer funded by our taxpayers' money to deliver the homes that we actually need that will provide a secure, sensible, well-regulated housing supply. Thank you.